Hey folks, today I wanted to talk about something that Root does that I find very interesting. Now, it's becoming more and more common for board games to come with two rule books. The first one just teaching you how to play the first time, and then after that, it gives you a rules reference for looking up specific rules later on. I've talked about this before, I generally think it's a very good thing, but Root goes above and beyond this and includes a full-on tutorial. This Learn to Play walkthrough puts all four players in a specific order, includes specific setup instructions like where to put the keep and which leader the birds are using, and then dictates the first two rounds in an attempt to show most of the rules for each faction. Then after those two rounds, you're free to continue playing the game to its conclusion. And I've never seen a board game do this before. If there are others that do, please let me know, because it's totally new to me. But when I think about it, it really shouldn't be. Video games have done this for almost forever. I mean, pretty much any game that you play these days will have a little tutorial at the beginning, and that'll be part of the main game. It's just the first level. It would make a lot of sense for board games to do this, so why don't they? Well, there are a couple of good reasons, but first I want to talk about what I really like about this. Now, the first time you play a competitive game, especially a game with as many moving parts as Root, it can be really easy to make an early mistake that hurts you later on. Now, some games will mitigate this by including a balanced setup option for newer players, but Root's setup is already pretty balanced. So, having the first couple turns laid out like this theoretically leads to an even opening while teaching the game, so each player has a good foothold going forward. I like this a lot better than having players learn by making mistakes that then the more experienced players capitalize on and win because of. Now, all this being said, there are two serious limitations to this. The first is that, as it says on the top of this thing here, it's most effective when one player already knows the game, which means that someone needs to learn the rules ahead of time no matter what, and that kind of defeats the purpose of this. I mean, it makes sense though, because when you're playing a video game, there's programming that keeps you from doing things wrong, but if you misinterpret a rule in a board game, there's no code to stop you from playing incorrectly. The second thing is that while Root is definitely a 4-player game, it's not only a 4-player game. I actually really like it at 3, but if you're only playing with 3 players, this walkthrough is unusable for you. It's a 4-player only walkthrough. So the developers have put in a lot of time and effort to make these perfect first 2 turns that you'll just never see, and that sucks for everyone. Now, all this isn't to say that board games shouldn't include tutorials. I think it's a great idea, and I would love to see more publishers attempt this. I mean, teaching games is hard. It's the whole reason I'm here at all. So anything to make it easier, I am all for. I just didn't get much from this one specifically. But maybe I'm in the minority. When you first played Root, did you use the walkthrough? And if so, how did it go? Let me know in the comments below, and I'll see you next time.